Impressive conversation. Describe an impressive conversation that you remember well. You should say who this person was, where you met this person, what you talked about, why this conversation was impressive. I'd like to share one of the most inspiring conversations I've ever had with my 87-year-old grandfather, who sadly passed away last year. You may have heard stories about family chats that open your eyes. This was one of those moments that reminded me how a single conversation can turn the tide. My grandfather was a devoted elementary school teacher who had shaped young minds and guided countless children through their first steps in learning. He had taught third grade for over 40 years at the neighborhood school, and even after hanging up his boots, he never stopped being a teacher, whether to his grandchildren or anyone who needed a steady hand. A few years ago, during a family gathering, I found him alone in his study, surrounded by photo albums from his teaching years. Now let me tell you, at that time, I had been grappling with personal doubts and uncertainty about my future. When I knocked and stepped into the room, he welcomed me with his usual warm smile and invited me to sit. The conversation began with stories of former students, but it soon became something much deeper. He spoke about how teaching had taught him that everyone learns at their own pace. He shared how some of his most challenging students had become his greatest success, because someone stood by them when no one else would. What made our talk truly special was when he gently turned the conversation toward me. He said that mistakes are part of learning, that confidence is built through small victories, and that our hardest experiences often lead to the most important growth. He shared how he had struggled as a young teacher, how he'd learned to handle criticism, found strength through setbacks, and discovered purpose in helping others uncover their potential. He listened as I opened up about my fears and doubts. What struck me most was his ability to share life lessons, just as he had taught in the classroom, with clarity, kindness, and a quiet belief that I would find my own path. That conversation taught me that growth comes through struggle, not perfection. He showed me that everyone has unique gifts, and that it takes time, care, and trust to help them blossom. All in all, that moment was a turning point, the conversation I'll carry with me for life. It changed how I see myself, my challenges, and the very nature of growth. If I hadn't taken that moment to truly listen, I might never have realized that growth often starts when you're feeling lost at sea. Phrases and idiomatic expressions. Open your eyes, make you see or understand something clearly, often in a new or more profound way. Turn the tide, cause a significant change in a situation, especially from bad to good. Shaped young minds, influenced and guided the development of children's thinking and character. Hanging up his boots, retiring from a long-held job or profession, originally a military idiom. Needed a steady hand, required someone calm, experienced, and dependable in a difficult or uncertain situation. Grappling with personal doubts, struggling to manage feelings of insecurity or uncertainty, at their own pace, in their own time, or according to their personal speed of progress. Stood by them, offered support or loyalty. Especially during hard times, mistakes are part of learning. Failure and error are natural and necessary steps toward growth and understanding. Confidence is built through small victories. Self-assurance grows over time through minor achievements and successes. Struggled as a young teacher, faced challenges or hardships early in his teaching career, found strength through setbacks, gained resilience and wisdom through difficult experiences, discovered purpose, found deep meaning or a sense of mission in life, uncover their potential, help others realize and use their hidden abilities, opened up about my fears and doubts, spoke honestly and vulnerably about personal struggles. Life lessons, valuable insights or principles gained through lived experience, with clarity, kindness, and a quiet belief, delivered in a simple, compassionate way with gentle faith or trust. Growth comes through struggle, not perfection. Real personal development arises from overcoming difficulties, not from being flawless. Blossom, develop or flourish, especially in terms of talents, personality, or potential. A turning point. A key moment that leads to significant change or realization. Carry with me for life. Remember and value forever as a guiding experience. Changed how I see myself, altered my self-perception or identity, feeling lost at sea, feeling confused, directionless, or overwhelmed by uncertainty.
Preparing these sample answers takes a lot of time, but your support keeps me going. If you find my content helpful, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and connect with me through these links. I've also added them in the video description. Your encouragement means everything to me.